Welcome all to the weekly outlook. Boone here from EWPRO. Getting straight into the weekly outlook, starting with the DXY on the daily. We got those five down. Down in here. Well, WXY, X2, and the Z down. We had that bear hidden here. There's two scenarios, like I've been mentioning. This can be the end of a wave Z, and we go up and break the top, or this is a flat as an A, B, C. So first targeting that 100 pip. This low here only just broke that low. So it is possible as a flat, as a larger correction, and then we get an A, B, C down, more downside. On the H4, nothing's changed since last week. We're still waiting for this correction. Looking at that WXY, wait for your X2, and then you can look for that wave Z up. You really need to wait for this correction before you can do anything. Selling into the correction, you could look for on the H1. We're starting to get all this bearish divergence here. More than likely, there's still more upside in it. You really got to go down to the lower time frames to look for your sell. For your sell, you'd be looking for your 38.2 fib retracement. AU on the daily. So this one's playing out really nicely. Like I've been mentioning, I really wanted that low to be broken in this A, B, C, and then we get that A, B, C. We're getting this bullish divergence here now. This wave C in here may not be over. We may lose that, but we'll soon find out how low this goes, and it can get back down to that 100 fib there. And like I mentioned, it can even break this low in a B wave, give us an A, B, C as a running or expanding flat. So we're just looking to see how far this will go. I'm only interested in the buys after this low is broken and we got the potential bullish divergence on the daily. H4, there's really nothing. It's just one wave. The H1 is where we're starting to get. There was a sell in this during the week. And it's reached a target down to that 100 fib. So now, do we have bullish divergence here? There's no bullish divergence, and we're down to that 100 fib. It looks like here we may get another one down in here, get some sort of a WXY, X2, and a Z down in here before it starts to reverse. But again, any sort of buy setup, I'd be looking for a buy setup. And at this stage, it's really on all the lower time frames than the H1. EU on the daily. So this is playing out like we're looking at the A, B, C. We're getting this C down in this B wave, and then we'll be looking for this C up. It still can come down to this 100 pip here. There still is a little bit more room down. We are getting a bull hidden here. So this is going to be a great opportunity to get into a longer term buy. It's a bit early to draw the fib where we'll be targeting, but if I just put it on this 100 fib here, we'll be looking for that 100 fib up here for the wave C. And we'll soon find out, but it may just come up to this trend line and get a break and a sell set up around here, for a sell, or it may just keep on going straight past the 100 pip. We'll soon find out, but this is going to be a great buy opportunity in the near future. The H4 was still looking for this internal wave in here. We're still in this wave Y. We're looking for a correction before you can look for the sell. But we got like a WX. We're in this wave Y. You have to wait for a correction and then look for the wave Z down. May come down to this 100 fib. Then if you got any nice impulse up and correction, you could look for that buy for the daily. H1, you can't sell this. You need that correction. You need that larger correction before you can sell. We got that, all that bullish divergence. So, you really need a correction. And it has to look like a correction. I wouldn't even be looking for the sell. I'd be more interested in looking for buys for that daily C up. GU on the daily. We do have this cross down on the MACD now. Looking at the A, B, C, D, E as an expanding triangle, a possible expanding triangle. Before we get the larger C up. On the H4, we're starting to get that move down, and we can really only sell it on the H4. We've got that lower low, so if you got a correction and it looked very corrective, you could look for a sell on the H4. On the H1, we already have bullish divergence. This is the problem. We were looking for a sell in here during the week. It was very choppy, extremely choppy, This is more of a larger correction for the A, B, and we're still in this C down. You really need to go down onto the lower time frames to see what's happening in here. But again, I'm only looking for the buys. Any buy setup I get, just be looking for the buys. Even if that wave E doesn't play out on the daily, we could look at it as some other structure. This is starting to get bullish divergence on the H1 already, which is not what I'd be expecting if we're going to get an E down on the daily. If I just go back there. So for the buy, and I'm only really looking for a buy, I'd be waiting for all this to finish. We're getting all that bullish divergence. So I'll be waiting for a nice impulse up and a buy setup to look for a buy. For the sell, very difficult to sell because we already have that bullish divergence. NU on the daily. So this has been quite tricky. We're looking for that A, B, C. We're getting that C down now. Still can come back to this 100 pip before we get the larger C up. H4, we had that nice sell last week. Last week, the outlook, looking for that sell there. Now, you really have to wait for another correction in here. And then you could look for a wave Z down to that 100 pip. And then you'd be looking for any buy setup. GU on the daily. This is quite messy. It was very difficult to trade this one. We had that nice impulse up. We got a WXY. I was looking for an X2 and a Z down in here. That never happened. And we started having all this bear hidden here. That bear hidden. So, very difficult to buy this. In here, it was looking bullish for a buy setup. But yeah, we basically got that A, B, C, and we're looking for that 100 fib. So there still is more upside in it. On the H4, we're already getting bearish divergence. So you really can't. This was that buy. We got that nice impulse up. This was the flat in here for the buy. Very difficult. There was another one in here. I think that was last week. We were looking for a buy when it broke out here a couple of weeks ago. For this, it's broken that top now, and we're getting all that bearish divergence. You definitely don't want to be buying up here. You're more looking for a sell, if anything. Yeah, if we get a bounce off this 100 fib and a nice sell setup, nice sell setup, well, then we could look for a sell. But I wouldn't even be looking for the buys up here, not at this stage. UY is very similar. We got a nice impulse down. There is like a WXY X2 and a possible Z up, which I haven't been going over in these weekly outlooks because it will just confuse you. So like I've been mentioning, I'm just looking for a correction in here. But this can go up and break this top, which I can't really go into, like I've mentioned on YouTube. We've lost a bearish divergence in here now, between the two tops. I'd still be looking for a more complex correction in here. Like I was looking for like an A, B, C in here, and then an A, B, C. This is more bullish now, because we've broken this top. I'd be looking for an A, a B, a C down as a running or expanding flat, and then we could, jump on this for the A, B, C. We got some sort of a buy setup. We need that impulse down and a buy setup to jump in on this. And I'd be just looking for an A, B, C up to the 100 fib, taking half off, and it may go up and break that top for the second half. It'd be a nice long-term carry trade. H4, we're starting to get that bearish divergence. Again, this was very tricky because it's so choppy. So we got some sort of a WXY. We do have bearish divergence. This is very impulsive here. We did have that bull hidden in here. So we were looking for this top to be broken. Like I said last week, well, a couple of weeks ago, you can only sell under this low because we had that bull hidden. Now we are getting that bearish divergence. So, and we're getting bearish divergence on the H1 as well. So if you're not in it, you really have to wait for a larger correction, at least a larger correction, because we've got some sort of WXY X2 and we've got a Z up here with the bearish divergence. You really need to wait for some sort of a larger correction before you could look for the buy again. You really have to go down onto the lower time frames and look for a nice impulse down and a correction and get on the first sell. You can really only sell this, but there is no sell setups on it. UCAD on the daily, again, this is very tricky. I was looking for a correction this size over here. There was a few different scenarios. We can get a WXY, X2, and a Z up in here. And then we get the A, B, C. Similar size correction as this one here. And then we get that wave Z up. It started to go for this wave Z, and then it gave a very deep pullback in here. So if I go down to the H4, you'll see what's going on. We're just looking for... once we got this nice impulse up here, we're just looking for a buy. But we got this very deep correction. So now, once we got that very deep correction, I'm just looking for an A, B, and a C up. This still can go up and break that top. Very risky to be buying though, because of how deep this correction here was. It's more than likely just a regular flat, and then we get an A, B, C. So yeah, we'll have to be careful buying. The H4, we're getting bearish divergence as well. This is very tricky because this is some sort of a triangle in here for a W or an A, a B, and a C. We're getting bearish divergence in here. So, I'd be staying out of it just at this present time. If you got a nice impulse down, you could look for a sell for that A, B, C to go and break this low. Yeah. The Swissy on the daily. H1. The daily. Just looking at that A, B, C. It come down to that 100 fib. We get that bullish divergence. It's been very slow down here though. On the H4, I've been looking at it as a correction. As this A, B, and a C up. We are starting to get bearish divergence in here now. If I just zoom in, I was looking for like an A, B, C in here. It didn't really come down very far. But yeah, we got another higher high. So we got some sort of WXY, X2, a Z up. We got that bearish divergence now. The problem here is we got this sharp move here. If I just go down onto the lower time frames, it'll be much easier. So we sort of got this very choppy wave up here, breaking the top. So this can be an A, B, C correction, similar size correction as that over here. And then we get that WXY, X2, and the Z up. So you still will have to be careful. There was that bull hidden in this one here. That bull hidden there to go and break the top. It's very choppy breaking that top. So I dare say there is still more upside in it, but there's nothing to buy. You can't buy it up here. You got to wait for this to end and then give you an A, B, C. You got to wait for this wave C down, and then on the lower time frames you look for your buy. Just for a wave Z up. EG on the daily. Extremely choppy pair. We got that A, B, C as that expanding flat. And then looking for that A, B, C. This wave here has been extremely slow and choppy and painful. And it still can get down to this 100 pip. You know, we don't know how far this is going. It's going very slow. There is no bullish divergence, so we can still go lower. H4, we got the 5 down. Got that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. This is still looking corrective in here as some sort of an A, B, C. We may get a flat in here for more downside in here as well. On the H1, you can see how choppy it is. Sort of got 1, 2, 3 here, and then 1, 2, and we may get another one up here. This is extremely choppy here. It's not giving us any buy setups to even buy a C up. You know, extremely difficult. Yeah, to do anything on it at this stage. Ideally, I'd be looking for a buy, but you know, wherever this ends in here, get a nice impulse up and a nice buy setup, well then, you know, you could look for a buy, but until that happens, there's nothing, you can't trade it. WTI, so we're looking at that A, B, C, and we got that one down, breaking the low, and giving us even more bullish divergence. There still may be more downside in it. This wave in here may still be more in it, but we are getting that bullish divergence, so I'm only looking for buys. On the H4, this is quite looking at the A, B, C. We did get a move down in here. It didn't go very far, but yeah, I did take this one. It was a risky trade, just looking for an A, B, C, and it may go up and break this top, or it may give us a bear hidden. You can see in here why I bought this one. We got that A, a B, and a C down. We had a bull hidden here. So I got in on the lower time frames. I got it to break even. You can't really buy it now. If you didn't get onto the first one, it's extremely risky to buy. If we just go down to the M15, and this was very hard to sell too. I was looking for a sell on here. I was looking for some sort of an A, B, C, and then another A, B, C, and then a sell setup, but it didn't give me a sell. This was quite risky to buy. I was just looking for an A, B, C, and then possibly get a bear hidden, because we're getting bear hidden here. So you can't really buy this up here. If you're not on the first trade, you can't really buy it. It's very risky. So yeah. Again, if you want to learn how I trade and all the rest of it, by all means join the group, because I can't really go into much detail on the exact entries and everything on YouTube, obviously. Looking at gold on the daily, I was going to show you this, but I'm looking at some sort of a flat here. We can still go up on the weekly chart. We can still get up to this 123.6 and the 161.8. I'm sort of looking at this. It's not the best looking flat, but I'm looking at an A, B, and a C. It's just about down to that 100 fib we've been looking for, and then I'm looking for that A, B, C. We're starting to get that C down in here. Would have been really. Hopefully, it's got a little bit more in it, and we get a bull hidden here. If it gives me that bull hidden, that'll give me more confidence to really buy this, like what's happening on the EU. On the H4, there's nothing on the H4, it's just one wave down. We were looking for this sell here during the week. If I just remove this. So we got the 5 down in here now. We got that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This still can be more downside. We are getting all that bullish divergence. So I wouldn't be going to look for sells down here. We're nearly at that daily 100 fib. So I'd be more interested in a buy wherever. This may give an A, B, C here, another one down here. I'd be looking for a nice impulse up, a correction, and then looking for a buy. Up to those weekly targets, the 123.6 and the 161.8, or at least go and break this top. Looking at quick look at silver. So we had that, we got that WXY, X2 and a Z up. We had that bull hidden in here. So we're looking for this up. We lost the bearish divergence here on the daily. So since then, I've just been looking for a correction in here and then more upside. On the weekly, it is possible that we get a Z down here and goes and breaks that low. So it is quite difficult. And we may get a bull hidden here. If we get another bull hidden, well, it'll be bullish. And this is some sort of an A, B, C, and we get a flat in here. So really, for the sell, we really need to take out the possible bull hidden. On the daily, on the H4, it's a sell. Like, we got that bearish divergence, and it's just one wave down. So, I'd be looking for a correction and then more downside. But looking at the daily, we're looking for that retracement back to the 50 fib, and we're at that 50 fib. On the H1, we are getting bullish divergence. We're looking for this one here as well. This like WXY X2. We got the Z down with the bullish divergence, and it's kept on going. We're getting a flat in here after that wave Z down. If I just zoom in here, so we're getting a bear hidden here as well. So very risky to buy just at this stage. We're getting that bear hidden here, so I'll be looking at an A, B, C as a running flat or expanding. Really need to break above that top to buy safely, because yeah, you'd have to go down onto the lower time frames. I dare say we've got a bear hidden in here. If I just go down to the M15 quickly, yeah. Oh no, we don't actually. I thought we may have a bear hidden in here, but it's different. On the M15, you could actually look for a buy. You'd be looking for a correction and a buy. Bitcoin on the daily. So I'm looking at that A, B, and a C up on the daily as an expanding flat. Do we have a? I don't think we did have. No, we don't have that bull hidden. We didn't get a bull hidden in here. The H4, we are getting all this bullish divergence, so sort of got that A, B, C up in here. Nice impulse down, and we got 3 down in here as well. This is looking corrective for more downside. So I'd be looking for some sort of WXY X2, a Z down, giving us even more bullish divergence, and then any buy setup. You could look for a buy then. And you very risky to sell. If I just go down to the H1, got a very, it didn't actually go and break this low. This low here didn't go and break that low. So I'd be just looking for an A, B, C as a regular flat. And then more downside for an A, B, C. You could buy this as a scalp on the lower time frames. You'd be looking for a little correction, and you could buy it for the A, B, C just to go and break that top. But you may get lucky, and it might go on you, because we do have the bullish divergence and everything on the lower time frame. So it may be a good opportunity to get into a buy. If you get a nice correction, you'd have to go down onto the lower time frames and make sure there is a buy there. And then, as soon as this top here is broken, you definitely want to be at break even, at least at break even. S&P on the daily. So this one hadn't changed either. We're looking at that A, B, C up to this 100 fib. It's not there yet, and it can even get up to the second target, that 161.8. We're getting a correction. It's broken the top, and we're getting this correction. This is more bullish, this correction, though. We are getting all the bearish divergence, but it's still looking bullish on the lower time frames. H4, we got those 5 up. Nice impulse down. We got 3 up in here, another one down in here. We were looking for this one during the week. We do have a bull hidden here again. I'm on this one here as well. This is one of the pairs I trade quite often. It didn't get back as far as I would have liked to this 100 fib, but it's gone and broken the top there now. Just about, I think on my platform it has actually broken the top. This one here it hadn't. You'd really have to wait for a correction to buy now. At this stage on this platform with an IDA on TradingView, these charts, there's actually a bear hidden here, so you really want it to go and take out that bear hid and then give you the correction, and then you could look for a buy. S&P, sorry, AUD 200 or AU 200 on the daily. We got that A, B, C as that expanding flat, and then we're looking for that C up. This is still very much bullish. So this can be a really great opportunity in here if you trade this pair. Well, if you trade this instrument. We've got this like it was looking nice here, and then we got that fall. So this is even better now. This is giving us a really nice setup here. We got that like A, B, C in here. We got that bullish divergence. We're getting this impulse up here. Anything on the lower time frames, you know, a breakout of here, a bullish setup, definitely look for that. C up. And you'd be looking for the daily target. The H1, there isn't nothing on it yet. There's probably something on this on the lower time frame. I was looking at S&P and traded that. I wasn't looking at this one. But yeah, at this stage, on the H1, you really need to break that top because we do have a possible bear hidden there. On the lower time frames, if you got a bullish setup, a nice bullish setup, well, you could look for the buy. Looking at the FTSE on the daily, very similar. You know, we got this like A, B, C. We got the A, B, C. We got a nice impulse up, and we're looking for this correction to buy. So we're starting to get a nice correction in here now. Very similar to AU 200. We got the A, B, C down in here. This one here, we don't have the bullish divergence. So out of the two instruments, I'd be looking at AU 200 to buy instead of this one. This one here, we don't have that bullish divergence, and it may give a bear hidden and then another one down before you get the buy set up. Looking at the DAX on the daily, this is, like I've been saying for quite a while, very difficult to buy. We've got all that bearish divergence. It still keep on going up. I would have liked more downside in this one here, as that like A, B, C, that didn't play out. So we're still in this wave C up. All that bearish divergence, there's no way I'd even consider buying this, you know, for a long time. There has been buy setups on it, which I've been sharing. There was one in here, and there's this one here as well, which took a while to go. We're getting a possible sell here, and it's not really, you know, we're getting all that bearish divergence. We did get a lower low here, but this is very sharp here, so you know, you'd have to look at the structure in there for a sell. You can only sell it because we got that lower low. You'd be waiting for some sort of A, a B, a C up, and then if you got any sell set up, you'd be looking for a sell. So I hope you enjoyed the weekly outlook. If you did, please hit the like button, share, subscribe. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you out there next week.